Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. Well, earlier today we had a report of a student in New York that was accepted at all 8 Ivy League colleges. Wow, what an honor. And it's that time of year where a lot of students and parents are sending out their applications for colleges to see if they're going to be able to attend the school of their choice. Well, we are delighted to have with us today Dr. Alex Chediak. He's the author of Preparing Your Teens for College, discussing what's needed to survive and thrive in college. Character, faith, and the willingness to delay gratification. Well, there's a copy of the book. You may want to check it out online at Barnes & Noble or at Amazon. And so, Alex, nice to have you with us, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Well, interesting topic, as you know, it's that time of year where everybody's making their applications and they're getting ready to go. But what led you to do this book?
Well, I really believe that what parents do in the home is the #1 predictor of success in college. The greatest influence in a teen's life is their parents in terms of shaping their habits and their moral compass and their perspective on work and ambition and delaying gratification. And so if we want our teens to succeed in college, it has to begin in the home. We have the highest college dropout rate in the industrial world. College has never been more expensive and never been more essential, really, for professional success.
Right.
So the way to really address these problems is to start with the parents and help them get their teens ready for college and adulthood, really.
Why is it so expensive? Man alive, it's through the roof.
Yeah. Well, it's not my salary, I'll tell you that. I mean, there's a lot of factors. I can give you some quick bullet points. There's a high demand for college. So, you know, economists will tell you supply and demand. The more demand there is, the higher the prices go. Student loans also, I believe, exacerbate the problem to some extent because they make it easy for students to be desensitized to the price, and they can borrow money easily at low interest rates, and therefore they're willing to pay more as they go. The other reason is that infrastructure is expensive. Having high quality buildings with internet capability, with all the bandwidth we need to have for students to be able to access with their iPads and iPhones. So laboratories, academic buildings are expensive. But they're also, I have to admit, there's probably some waste in many schools. Expensive dormitories, cafeterias, amenities, bureaucracy at some large state universities is causing costs to rise. So some good reasons, some bad reasons.
All right, back to the parents just for a moment. I just saw a clip a couple of days ago. As you know, spring break is occurring. College students go off to these wild places, and you see these beach parties that you certainly don't want your kid involved in. So why wouldn't a parent become a helicopter parent or tiger moms, but at the same time be able to cut the cord and let them be individuals? How do you address that?
Well, I think it's important to set high expectations for teens. So in some ways, I want to commend the tiger mom, so to speak. In setting high expectations, that is more likely to drive high performance than high self-esteem. Too many American parents promote the self-esteem of their children at the expense of their preparation for success. So we tell our students they're great and wonderful, and then they go out and find out that they're not really that prepared for college academics or for adulthood. So I think there is an importance of setting high expectations and saying, hey, we expect you to rise to these standards that we have for you and to be the best you can be and to perform at a high level. That drives high performance. Now, the danger of the tiger mom is you become overprotective or overparenting. When you overparent, you're doing things for your teens instead of helping them do them for themselves. So you have to kind of, back off a little bit, set the high standard, but then encourage them to be intrinsically motivated to meet those goals. But secondly, your kids need to have something bigger to live for than just straight A's and getting into a great college. That's all fine and good, but you need something greater to live for in life besides academic accomplishment. So in my book, I argue that a teen living for God's glory is a greater goal, a greater ambition than just living for academic prestige.
All right, Alex, as you know, a lot of students go off to college and they lose their faith. And I don't know how you address that, but what do you say when a teenager goes off to college. Maybe they want to attend a different church, a different denomination, or simply stop attending altogether. What advice do you have for parents?
Well, the advice I have is during the high school years, those are really a prime season for inquiring with your teen as to what they believe for themselves. When kids are young, it's okay to tell them what the Christian faith believes and to kind of give them maybe a catechism or a set of Bible verses to memorize. And that's all very, very good. It lays the foundation for basic information. But when they get to be teenagers, their brain begins to process as an adult. And it's okay to start asking them, okay, now what do you believe for yourself? Not just what mom and dad teach you, but what do you believe? And what will you look for in a faith community when you go out of the home, if you look for any faith community? And I think teens that are comfortable interacting with their parents on faith issues, asking tough questions, interacting back and forth, meaning wrestling with it for the teen himself, that teen's more likely to have a vibrant faith in college. Secondly, getting that teen connected to a number of adults in the church, not just their parents, who have strong faith commitment and faith practice, helping them see a number of adults in different settings and different circumstances who all practice the Christian faith vibrantly and who care about their life. That is more likely to lead to that teen owning the faith for himself.
Wow. All right. What about going into college maybe on the first week, sniffing out other Christian organizations early on? Is that recommended?
Yeah. Absolutely. In fact, I advise something even better than that in the book, I think, is even before you get to the college. You can now go on the internet and find out what places of worship are in the area, and also what Christian groups exist on the campus. And you can actually have the names of certain key leaders in those groups. Maybe there's a college pastor in the area that you want to meet with and have lunch when you go visit the campus. Making your decision of a college in part based on the Christian community available in the surrounding area is, I think, crucial. Whether you go to a secular college or a Christian college, knowing that being in a church is going to be important to your growth as a Christian disciple. So then you look for that when you go to the college.
Is it important for parents to, who's paying the bill, to share with their student what this really costs and maybe ask them to participate in that, maybe if it's working in the cafeteria or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. Students who I've been teaching for 8 years now, and I'll tell you, the students who have some skin in the game, they value it more. Mm-hmm. And it also helps to break down the cost in a very practical way. I tell my students the first day of class that you're paying about $1 a minute for my instruction. Well, guess what? They're on time. That motivates them to be on time, because when I put it in that category, they realize, hey, I'm actually paying for this. I better show up on time.
What about the temptation to cheat? How do you address that?
Yeah. I think in the high school years, you really have to teach teens what academic honesty means. We're living in a day in which copying and pasting is so easy, and the research is done on the internet, not in the library, so it's very easy for them to just copy and paste someone else's work and not understand that that's plagiarism. So I think you have to teach them in high school what it means to do your own work, what academic standards exist and why they exist. It's a matter of honesty. When I turn in a paper, I tell students that I'm telling people that that's my writing. When you turn in a paper, you're telling me that's your writing. So it's a matter of honesty versus being deceptive. And so put it in that terms, and then help this teen to aspire to being a person of integrity in their academics.
Our closing question, and this is fascinating. Let me just encourage folks to check out the book, Preparing Your Teens for College, by Dr. Alex Chediak, and there's a picture of it on the screen for those watching on the Dove TV. Check it out at the bookstores. Alex, it seems to me that more and more students are electing not to go to college strictly because they're watching their friends come out at the other end with an indebtedness they just don't want to have. In fact, as you know, that debt cannot be carried over into bankruptcy. The laws protect that. So instead of achieving their potential through college, they quickly get into the workforce and let college go. What do you say to that? Well,
what I'd point out is that the income of a high school graduate is about 62 cents on the dollar of a college graduate. And it used to be about 77 cents 30 years ago. So the success of a high school graduate is decreasing relative to a college graduate. Now, that being said, 3 points. Not everyone needs to go to a four-year college. Getting a degree of some sort, though, is important. Maybe that's an associate's degree. Maybe that's trade school. Maybe that's an apprenticeship. But you need to have something to your name beyond high school if you want to avoid unemployment and be able to earn a livable salary. Point number 2, don't overpay for college. Just because college is a good investment doesn't mean it's a good investment that's just $50,000 a year. Shop around. Look at the net price, the price after scholarships and grants, not the sticker price, the net price. Community colleges, public schools if you need to go to public school to save money. Live at home if you need to live at home to save money. Don't overpay, but do go to some kind of college. Thirdly, borrow relative to future earnings. If you're going to be an elementary education teacher, that's great, but don't borrow $80,000 if you're going to do that.
All right, good stuff. Thank you. Thanks for your work. And again, let me encourage people, check it out. Preparing teens for college, or preparing your teens for college. And check it out at Barnes & Noble or online at Amazon.com. Alex, thanks, my friend. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, see ya. We'll be right back.